Hi, I'm Barry. Here we have 3 panel doors, and this first door, this was one that we installed when the set was first built, but in fact it's not actually a panel door. Okay, so it's a flush door that we've put these panels on, okay, and the grain of the timber flows upwards like that. Okay, so there's a slight bit of confusion about how you'd sort of lay that off, and we've gone in different directions with the muntins and the rails. Okay, so let's just have a look at this door over here. This is one that we wood grained yesterday, and this is how doors are constructed. Okay, it really does give a good example of it. So if you look at the muntins, which is these sections here, okay, so you can see that the grain, and the way that the door's constructed, the grain runs upwards. Okay, and then on the rails, okay, which go across there, okay, you can see that the timbers goes in that direction, and then the stiles at the very end, again, they go vertically. Okay. So we're going to do some various different coats on these doors that we've got. We're going to do an acrylic undercoat and gloss on this side with a brush. The other side we're going to do acrylic undercoat and gloss with a roller, and then on the other side of this we're going to use a solvent based or an oil based, whichever one you want to call it, on this side, and we're going to see the difference after a few weeks if it goes yellow, and the finish that we can actually get, and the different preparation methods and the different way we actually lay it off. Okay, and there's a different method of application. So on this first door here, we've prepped it up, we've rubbed it down, we've dusted it all off, we've tack ragged it all, so we're just ready to put a coat of paint on it. We've got some acrylic primer undercoat, so we're going to put a couple of coats on that on it, and then we're going to finish it off with some Dulux quick drying gloss. Okay, and it says on the back of the tin that we should be applying 2 coats of this, so we'll have a go and see how we get on. Right, this is going to look awful on the first coat. Okay, so we're not going to do the edges, but if you look at the previous video, you see how they do the edges, and we're just going to go just on with the flats just for demonstration purposes. Right, again, this is going to not look particularly good initially. Okay, but that's what this is what we're faced against. So the first part we're going to do is obviously the panels. So I'm going to do the panels, okay, just very, very quickly, and then again the muntins, just as the previous video, then the rails, and then we're going to finish off with the stiles. Okay, we're going to see brushwork, and we're going to see maybe the odd little dry edge as well, but we'll see if we get away with it. Right, don't be afraid to put paint on. Okay, so we're just going to go quickly in with this. This is how quick it goes. Okay, and we've picked it on white, just so you can see the change in the colour. Okay, just going to let that settle down a minute. Same with this one. Okay, make sure you get right into these corners. Okay, now that I've done 2, okay, excess out the brush, as we keep saying. Lay it off nice and gently, just with the tips of the brush. And then we lay it off upwards. Just be wary of these sort of like thick edges around here. They can go off and dry pretty quickly, so you can just sort of scuff them a little bit. Excess out the brush again. I'm going to lay off right the way through the rails up to the very top. Okay, so keep a nice straight line. You might need to stand on something, I think I do. So you can see how I've got a straight line there and a straight line there, just the same as we've got it here with this style and these rails here, and the same with the straight line there. Okay, just the same between the muntin and the rail there. Okay, so this is definitely going to need another undercoat. And this is what happens when you change colours. Okay, right. So again, as I said, it's not going to look brilliant the first coat, but we'll give it another coat once that's dry. We'll denib it in between, just with a little bit of abrasive, dust it all off, and then we'll put another undercoat on it, and then 2 coats of gloss. Right, that's the first coat on. That's all nicely dried now. I've just denibbed it, just with a little bit of worn wet and dry. Okay, so it just takes the little nibs out that just might be in the paint. I've dusted it off, I've tack ragged it off, so again there's no dust on it. So we're just ready to put our second coat of undercoat on. Okay, and you'll notice there'll be a dramatic difference in this now, how the door looks when it's finished. So we'll just run a quick coat on it. Okay, exactly the same process as before. And even now, straight away, you can see how much better it's covering. Again, leave them to settle down just for a minute, just for the paint just to set just a few seconds. Just makes it easier for when you're laying off. Okay, don't use a brush that's too small. This is a 2.5 inch Lucas. You wouldn't really want to use an inch brush. Okay, you're not getting enough paint on. Right, that's the second coat of undercoat on the door, and then we're just going to put 2 coats of gloss on the top of that, but I'm much happy with it. I think it looks a lot better, a lot more solid, and that's how you paint a panel door.